Hello everyone and welcome back to good old StarCraft 2. I guess this particular match, it technically speaking counts as a viewer's submitted game, right? So I guess I get to make fun of him? I'm not 100% sure. Spawning here in the top right hand corner of Beckett Industries, we have the man who sent me this replay. With the blue Terran SCVs, however, we have none other than TheCowboy. Now TheCowboy, he's also known by the name of Harstem. You may have heard of Harstem, one of the highest ranked Protoss players in the world. Apparently, though, he also hates playing TVZ. All I get is Zergs like you. What is that supposed to mean? Is he already taunting his opponent? A Protoss player, apparently not a fan of playing TVZ. I see how it is. Anyways, so the ironic part here is that Harstem's MMR with Terran is better than my Zerg MMR. So, like, Harstem is one of the highest ranked Protoss players on the European server. Reported. He's one of the highest ranked Protoss players on the European server. And like his off races are still better than my main race. Turns out pro gamers are good at the game, man. I know. This is crazy. Anyways, the opponent, map hackers like you are killing this beautiful game. Is he accusing Harstem right now of map hacking? What's going on in this game? Anyways, the opponent, I wasn't entirely sure when I first loaded up this replay on whether or not they were actually a person. But judging by the way that they're talking, I guess they are. Playing here with the red Zerg drones, we're looking at none other than EliteAI, space chess in real time. Are they just like joking or like... I think they are joking. They must have faced off against each other a couple of times in a row or something. I'm not 100% sure. Anyways, turns out sarcasm doesn't really translate very well over in-game chat. Alright, so... I don't know really exactly why Harstem sent over a Terran versus Zerg for me to go ahead and cast. But I'm assuming if he did, right, that it's going to be a good one. So we'll find out together exactly what he's going to be up to. So far, of course, things are going to be pretty standard. In general, I mean, I get this question probably a dozen times every month. And I have had this question for a very long time. Or I've been getting this question for a very long time. People asking, okay, Lowko, we know who the best Terran is. We know who the best Zerg is. We know who's the best Protoss, right? But who's the best random player in the world? As if they're setting me up for some sort of trick question. The fact of the matter is that guys that are really good at playing StarCraft, believe it or not, are really good at playing StarCraft. I know, it's ridiculous. So it's probably, I don't know, Serral, Clem, Dark, Maru, I don't know. Probably Maru, actually. Maru is really good at everything, it seems. I mean, I casted Maru in that 2v2 recently, right? He was really good at that. I remember casting him in a free-for-all back in the day as well. He was really good at that. And apparently, actually, recently, so a few of you reached out to me about this. I didn't get a screenshot of it because apparently when I read it, it was already too late. But apparently, Maru was sitting in the #1 position of Grandmaster League on the Korean server as Protoss. So... apparently, his Protoss is insanely good. I mean, he's considered to be the best Terran player of all time, right? But apparently, his Protoss is absolutely top tier as well. You can see, by the way, with the micro here, this is a pretty high-level game. So yeah, it's probably Maru. I don't know, man. Random, sadly, is not really played in StarCraft 2 tournaments. I mean, I say sadly. It's fine, I guess, for Terran players and Zerg players to go up against random, because you can kind of open up the same way every time, kind of. Especially Zerg players aren't really too bothered by it, but... Protoss players, I mean, they really do need to know who they're going up against to decide what kind of strategy they're going to go for, right? So, like, literally the very first pylon has to be positioned differently against Terran, Zerg, and Protoss. So, like, yeah, it kind of sucks if you're playing against a random player as Protoss. I mean, obviously, you could try and play around it, but... anyways, what do we have? So, we got a tech lab coming up right here, 3rd CC pretty quickly as well. Very quick 3rd gas geyser, which Mr. EliteAI scouts right now. But for all he knows at this point, it could be the 2nd gas inside of the main base. Would be a little bit late for that one, I suppose. Either way. Oh, okay. I thought he was actually going to go for some from Benchy play or something. Okay. Either way. Oh, he's going to go for another tech lab. I don't know. Oh, fusion core in the back. So this is pretty much right away scouted, right? So... oh. What? Harstem is trying to be so clever, but he forgot that the Zerg pylons float. Starts up the little upgrade here too in the tech lab to make his opponent think that it's Cloak. And now I guess he's going to open up with Battlecruisers while simultaneously trying to drive by in the natural expansion. The thing is, Here's what happens, right? When you, like, force out your opponent to defend against Cloak Banshees, they will make Spore Crawlers, and more often than not, a Spire as well if they can. Turns out Spore Crawlers and a Spire is really good against a Battlecruiser opener. This is going to be the latest Battlecruiser in the history of StarCraft 2. It's with a 3rd CC, it's with, like, extra Marines. It's, that, by the way, are just, you know, just chilling. They're on their lunch break right now. It's going to be a very late Battlecruiser. A Macro BC, is that a thing? My concern here is that Harstem is going to get the Battlecruiser out, then it's going to get to the other side of the map, and then it's going to die to, like, whatever comes out of the Spire, probably Mutalisks. Mutas aren't very good against BCs at all, but, I mean, if you have a couple Queens, usually they can soften it up quite a bit already. So, what the Cowboy really should not do is jump that Battlecruiser to the other side of the map. He is gonna go for the weapon refit, which now also is scouted right here by EliteAI, so he knows what's happening. So that does mean a Yamato cannon is gonna be an option here very shortly as well. Still decides to double down on Mutas, okay. So just good old Muta Ling Bane right here for the Zerg. Wouldn't mind seeing a couple of Evolution Chambers coming up. It's scouted, right? So please do not jump this one across the map, Harstem. Don't do me like that, okay? Come on. I mean, do something with it. I guess he's busy microing over here. Yeah, you know what? He's getting a lot of work done. Oh, no, he does jump it! I mean, most of the queens, I guess, are already gone. Yeah, when we were still at 6 queens, or 7 even, jumping it across the map was kind of dumb. But at this point, I mean, since the Hellions took care of most of this stuff. Yeah, it's okay. Battlecruiser, I mean... Yeah, he's gonna play it very safely. I don't think he's seen the... Oh, no, he did see the Spire. So, yeah, he knows exactly what he's going up against right now. Additional factories are coming up as well right here on Beckett. So, Beckett in general usually is always a very fast-paced map. Mech usually is very slow, but I guess with all of these, like, speed-up circles, it'll be a little bit faster, right? Not a bad idea. So Mutas are really good when it... I mean, you can just kill the Hellions. At this point, honestly, I would just kill a couple of the Hellions. They're already so low in hit points. Yeah, just kill whatever you can. A couple of Widow Mines right now on the high ground. Yeah, repair here is really powerful. That Battlecruiser is not going to die, but a lot of SCVs will. Alright, 18 of those bad boys end up getting picked off here. Couple of Yamato cannons. Pop a few more of the Mutas on their way out. So playing Muta Ling Bane against Terran Mech is very awkward, okay? So usually... I have had some very mixed results. I've played plenty of Mutas against Terran Mech, and it can work out really well if you don't lose Mutas. Already, we've now seen 4 Mutas going down, which isn't the end of the world. It's just that, like, this kind of army, so Muta Ling Bane, is not really gonna trade very efficiently in my experiences against Terran Mech. So kind of what you're looking for is run-bys all over the place, and usually a ton of eco at home. So I have literally been playing 100 drones with these kind of unit compositions, and I've been trying to, like, force the Terran player at all cost to stay on 3 or 4 bases. Once they take a 5th base, this kind of army is yeah, it's not gonna cut it. Alright. So he's just gonna double down on Mutas. Or sorry, on Battlecruisers. Well, I guess he's also doubling down on Mutas. Battlecruisers are really good, especially when it comes to, like, air to ground. So they shoot really quickly. They're pretty good as well in air to air, I guess. Like, the thing is, they're not really that good in air to air. It's just that Mutas really have not a lot of survivability. Mutas just kind of die, in my experience. He's got a lot of Mutas very soon, though. He's adding on 10 more. There's finally another hatchery coming up. I wouldn't mind seeing this Zerg player drone way harder here. It's gonna be Cyclones right here. Together with... Why don't we not go for a couple Thors, Mr. Harstem? Like, we have armories. We have tech labs. I think like 2 Thors would be a really welcome addition here, especially since you can quite easily afford it at this point in the game. Cyclones are surprisingly expensive. I think Zerg players and Protoss players don't really realize how expensive a Cyclone is to actually produce when you want to make a couple of them. Battlecruisers too, by the way. It's one of my favorite bits of StarCraft 2 trivia. Oh my god. If you're a Terran player, you know how much a BC is, right? Probably. If you're a Zerg or a Protoss, though, Have a number in your head. How many minerals and how much gas does one of these bad boys cost? Okay, so the correct number, let me know down below in the comment section. Let me see if you get it right. No editing. Okay, pause it for a second. Okay, have you posted? Okay, good. The correct number is 400 minerals and 300 gas. Those things are so expensive. Anyways, kind of blew my mind when I realized that. I'm like, wait a second. That is way more expensive than literally anything that Zerg can make. I mean, there's still obviously the mothership. The mothership obviously is 400, as Twitch chat is very fond on repeating. Minus 400 every single time it dies. That being said, yeah, Battlecruisers are definitely not cheap either, and neither are Cyclones. So this is good. This is really nicely done here by the Zerg. At the same time, couple of Hellions trying to get some work done, but now obviously Banelings are going to be out in plentiful numbers. 30 workers have been killed so far here by our Zerg player. Alright, look at the little cute supply depot with a hat. That's beautiful. That guy's just more stylish than the rest of them. So these Zerglings somehow, some way ended up... Okay, I was gonna say. No, they're right there, man. They have no way to go. There you go. Get him. At the same time, ooh, nice little Battlecruiser micro over here. He needs to, like, spread them around the map so the Mutas can't chase them down either. One of the BCs! Nope. Running dangerously low. Running dangerously low. But Harstem was not born yesterday. He knows how to control those things. I like that they zapped all over the map just to try and keep him alive. And obviously you can repair these bad boys back up to full health here with those SCVs. But believe it or not, also not free. I know, it's crazy. For some reason, it's not free. Alright. So, there's a Thor coming up. Hell yeah, Thors are pretty good, dude. So Thors, their little javelin missiles, they deal splash damage to air units especially, which is really nice. Especially since Mutas have like 5 health. Okay, they have 120 health. And they tend to clump up. It's a very good combo of things. So yeah, I like what the Zerg is doing here overall. Like I said, I wouldn't have minded seeing him sitting at like 100 workers. And he definitely was sitting at 70 for too long. This Widow Mine over here has been a hero for a little while already. Leading with the Zerglings over there is probably also not ideal. Either way, the Zerg here has got himself a nice bank, and he's trying to deny this at all costs. Now, this is where Terran is committing, though. So, Harstem here trying his very best. Okay, there's a good Widow Mine hit. Another good Widow Mine hit as well. Where's that Thor? What are you doing? That Thor, I guess, is blocked by one of the supply depots. So the rally point is all the way down to the rest of the army. Yeah, it's rallied on top of that Cyclone over there. However, Thors are thick. Like, they're thick with, like, you know, spaces in between the letters. Okay, there you go. The man's been freed. Get me back into the fight! I'm here, click me. Yeah, okay, he needed to be separately sent on over in that direction. I guess the biggest Protoss unit, okay, in Harstem's defense, the biggest ground Protoss unit is like a Cyclone. Or not a Cyclone, a Colossus, right? Kinda walks over everything, so yeah. Can't blame the man. I guess, Archons have a tendency to get stuck as well, right? Alright, so now there's a whole lot of Thors. Now we're, okay, you know what? Harstem has found the Thor button, which I do appreciate. Here's the Mutas, though, magic boxing over everything here. And this is a really, really expensive army for the Terran player here to lose. As you can see right now already, when it comes to the supply counts, okay, there's a Thor going down as well. Mr. Cowboy has taken a tremendous amount of damage. Only 44 workers remaining, and Zerg is going to be able to remax relatively easily. He's got the base up north as well, taking the gases over there too. 4th base once again denied. Battlecruisers here, though, to save the day. I think one of their brothers ended up going down. Eventually, though, we're getting to a point... Oh, God. Harstem, hello. Ow. That was beautiful, actually. That's my thumbnail right there for the day, I think. Every day after recording a video, right? After I'm done with my cast, I'm like, okay, I gotta go to a cool moment in the video and take a screenshot for today's video thumbnail, right? I think that's the one, boys. That was pretty. Yeah, that looked pretty cool. Anyways, I was gonna say something. Yeah, so basically, this is the way you want to play this against Terran Mech. So Muta Ling Bane against Terran Mech makes very little sense, but it does. You see what I mean? Like, straight up, it doesn't trade efficiently at all. Look at Zerg. Getting a little bit ambitious now, are we? But yeah, it's strong. So, ultimately, though, if this Terran army maxes out, and right now we're at 109 Terran army supply versus 98 for Zerg, once this Terran army maxes out, it is going to be so much more powerful than that of the Zerg. So you can do all of the harassment that you want, you can deny all of the economy that you want, but you're still going to have to deal with the main army. Oh god. You can hope for the lucky Widowmine or Thor hit, but obviously that's not a very reliable way of playing. Another BC is just about to pop out of the Battlecruiser, like, producing facility. There you go, good save. Good commentary save. There you go, out of the starport, that's what it's called. This Widowmine over here, dude, this is the hero. The pivotal Widowmine. A couple of Overseers here as well. They really want to die. That's convenient. Okay. So the best counter to mass Thor is usually Thors. So I like what the Zerg player is doing here. Going for Infestors, going for Neural Parasites. It's just that I feel like it's going to be a little bit late. Already, the Terran army is marching. There's Blue Flame Hellions here. There's... Oh god, you do not want to fight that with Zerglings. Okay, there's Widowmines, there's Thors, there's Battlecruisers. Note how there's, like, no siege tanks here, which is kind of funny because normally that's what most mech armies are based around. Oh my god, is Harstem still meching this happen? Loki, you're so funny. Everyone. Thanks, guys. Okay, so we have all the mutas in the meantime going into the main base, which I do like. Usually going for the counterattack is the way to go. Planetary Fortress over here. Not really that many workers, though, but the Cowboy tipping his hat, using his cowboy boots, riding his horse down, down to watch the natural expansion of the Zerg. And at this point, you know what? I'm not entirely sure what the Zerg's gonna do. He does have a couple of Infestors here, but that's not really enough. They're trying to hide, but I think they've been spotted. Yep, Cyclone right there locks onto one of them, and they have like 5 health, so they will be picked off relatively easily. That being said, Mutas right now have returned back home. One of the Battlecruisers decides to, well, no longer live. It was totally up to him. And, oh my god, well, I was gonna say, maybe the Infestors can get some sort of work done. But they were a little bit too late. Mutas now, okay, realize that they're likely not gonna be able to achieve too much. They're thinking about going back to watch the other side, but this time, I mean, now there's a couple of reinforcements here. Widowmines have already been burrowed. Thor is here too. Widowmines are sprinkled all over the map as well. Zerg has now lost the natural. He has now lost the main base, but the planetary fortress is gone. And it's not like the Terran player really has that much remaining here either, right? Harstem is also kind of broke. Okay. Those Widowmines are going to be so critical. Okay, they've all detonated. That means that the Mutas can go in. Missile turrets here in the back, though, still getting some work done. Thor gets killed, and that means the Mutas... Hello. I think the Zergling should go after the missile turrets and the Mutas in the main. Anyways, doesn't matter. Maybe a little bit of miscontrol right there on the hotkeys. In the meantime, the Terran army, though... It doesn't have a whole lot of scans available, so he's just kind of marching over the creep. But at this point, I guess he's not too worried about the Zerg player coming in from another angle. Drones were pulled away as well from their hatcheries. And this game is now all over the map. So the win condition in StarCraft 2 is to destroy all of your opponent's structures, right? We see a lot of games never really getting to that point, but I think this might be one of them. Because Zerg is now losing a base up north. The Cowboy did send one of those Widowmines down south as well, so he knows that there's another base there. However, he is, like, much more condensed, right, when it comes to being out on the map. Like, there's all of these Terran structures in the natural and in the main base, but that's really about it. He could try and like, send out an SCV and no, actually, he doesn't even have money for that. He doesn't even have any SCVs anymore. So these are the final structures here for the Terran player. You can see it right there on the structures tab in the top left-hand corner as well. Zerg has still acquired a new hatchery over here. And obviously, once you lose all of your command centers, exactly, the Cowboy is gonna be revealed. At this point, EliteAI can see the location of every single one of these Terran structures. Okay. The Flippy Flappies decide to move around. I love what EliteAI is doing here, though. He's got bases all over the map, cleverly. It means that this very slow Terran army... I mean, while theoretically capable of fighting the Zerg army head-on. The Zerg's never gonna give him that head-on fight, right? And he's gonna be able to, like, engage where this Terran army is not. Alright, so apparently the factories have been lifted and are gonna fly around and follow around the main Terran force. He decides to split it. I feel like splitting it here is a little bit risky, but it's probably the right decision. Yeah, there's really not that many mutas remaining, only 14 here in total. That being said, there's also a bunch of Zerglings, and they are relatively well, actually, they're not upgraded at all. Wait. I gotta pause this for just a second. We're only at 1-1 for the Terran Mech, and Zerg does not have any Evo Chamber upgrades? Are you for real? That's nuts. That's nuts. Anyways, what are the Thors? Hello. Attack move. Harstem. Attack move. God, a Protoss player forgetting how to attack move? The irony. Harstem's like, well, normally I have carriers. No, I'm just kidding. It's a joke. But normally carriers can kind of be attack move, right? And you kind of just win the game. Not at Harstem's level. No, actually. Oh my god. Wait. Can I... You can use contamination from the Overseer on a factory that is flying? Oh my god, I didn't know you could do that. That's the first time I've seen a flying contaminated structure, I'm pretty sure. That is something. Anyways, this factory right now cannot be repaired anymore. That means that this factory over here is actually the final structure. Yeah, this one is gonna burn down over the course of the next minute or so, because it's in red hit points. And right now, the mutas actually decide to commit. This factory over here is actually gonna start burning down as well over the course of the next couple of seconds. Harstem knows that there's still gonna be a bunch of structures out on the map. Alright, so he's gonna go after the base over here. At the same time, he's going after the hatchery here on the left side. Once this factory burns down, that's gonna be it. Zerg is hiding a hatch in the corner of the map. He's got another one up north as well. I believe that the Zerg player is gonna be able to just barely win this game. Only 30 hit points remain right now on the factory. And once this one burns down, yep, he's forced to tap out of the match. GG is cold. And actually, props to Harstem for submitting a loss. Most of the time, whenever pro gamers send a replay to me, it's a win. But yeah, that's cool. Anyways, make sure to go check out Harstem's YouTube channel as well. I'll go ahead and post a link to it down below in the description of this one, in case you haven't seen it before. But for now, thank you for watching. Have an amazing day. Don't forget to smile, and I'll see you once again in the next one.